Guys, it's Postbox Pat and welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be showing you some cool secrets within inside Fortnite Battle Royale. So these secrets are going to be for any type of player, advanced, noob, amazing, whatever you want to class yourself as. These features or these secrets are going to be used for you guys to improve your play, and if you already know them, fair enough, but some of these are pretty advanced. So these things are really going to help you out win your games in solo, team, or squad. Depending on which one you play the most, you can use either of these features to help you out with that. Now, the thumbnail itself is actually a rocket launcher from campaign, and that is something I think will be introduced into the game at a later date. So let's talk more about some of the other cool features that we have right now. So one of my major cool features, which is the first one, is actually you being able to see through walls. Now this can be used at any stage in the game, early game, end game, depending on when you want to use it. So the gameplay I have on screen right now is me actually using it with the Scar. Now the Scar itself, I actually drop in, find a golden Scar, as you can see, and with that golden Scar I decide to hide inside of here and put some stairs up, so then no one can actually get in, and they think some noobs just put some stairs there, but really I'm actually glitching through by holding B on the edit system, or holding circle, I believe it'll be on PlayStation, and you can see through these, and you can see through the wall, and you can actually get an insight to where players are coming towards you, and you can use this to help you guys out in any sort of situation. If you want to hide in a room with a team, solo, duo, however you want to do it, you can do it. You can use it late game, you can use it early game, you can use it at any point in the game. It does work best with stairs, I believe, because of the way the stairs work. However, it can be done with walls and stuff, but then again, the stairs are the best ones, because as you can see, the bottom is actually the blue part, whereas if you do it with a wall, the wall's blue and it's a little bit harder to see through. So stairs is the best thing to do it, and if you drop in and get a Scar straight away like I did, and then I managed to get a decent chest as well, you can just stay there and use this tactic to actually hide out and get your good loot or whatever you get, and you've got 150 health and a Scar. That's near enough you've got a good chance of winning the game. So why go and risk yourself getting kills when you can just sit there on your mobile phone, whatever you want to do for that duration. Even if you're in the circle, you could sit there for ages. To be honest, I just sat there on my mobile phone for probably about 7 minutes playing Clash Royale or something, waiting for the game to actually load up or get into the actual game further, wait for the player count to go down, and then I went out, and actually I went on to win this game. Now I'm not going to show the entire gameplay because it is a huge gameplay clip, but this game where I actually camped like this, I actually went on to win it. So this tactic can be used, and it's very useful, especially using stairs, and honestly I'd recommend trying it out in a team or solo or anything like that. It's just really awesome, and it has to be tried out if you haven't already tried it out. Seeing through walls in Clash, I was about to say Clash Royale, in Battle Royale is very useful, and honestly it's something I highly recommend. Now one of my next features, I haven't actually got any gameplay of it, but it's about crouching when you shoot. Now this is a very basic feature, and many of you probably already know this, and you basically, if you crouch when you shoot, you're going to be more accurate, so it's a lot more easier. However, don't always crouch and shoot if you're getting suppressed. Sometimes you want to run side from side so you don't actually get hit. And also, an estimation from myself and a few of my squad members, we believe 1 in 5 or 1 in 4 of M16 shots will hit your target if you press the button slowly and don't hold it down. So if you burst fire it, that again is my opinion. That's what I've gathered from playing a bunch of games. I've got no evidence or any clips of that. Well, I have got clips of it, but I'm just not putting them in because there's so many different clips of it. But yeah, I'm going to try this out, and yeah, you can try these things out for yourself. It's really awesome getting them sort of like accuracy with the M16. Now the next one I have for you is actually flying through the air. Now I did make a video on how to get to the ground as fast as possible. Now there's several different ways I've actually come up with to get to the ground. You can either dive straight down or do what I'm doing on screen right now. And the reason this is actually a useful tip, and I have put it in this video, is because you can spam A and go distance, and you can get height on objectives that you want to go to. For example, in this gameplay clip right now, I was thinking of going to the prison. I managed to use this spamming A technique. Note, do not use the umbrella. Switch your glider out to a different glider. It's not the umbrella, because the umbrella really does hurt your ears if you're wearing headphones. Make sure you're using the glider. It's a lot calmer sound. That's what I think anyway. But yeah, I've got height on the prison. I look down to the prison and I'm like, let's go to the prison. I've got height, which is really cool because you can dive straight down and you've got that height advantage. Obviously you're not going to be first there, but you have this option to switch location. So I dive down and I look around and I'm like, what is going on? So we're diving around and we're using our spam in A to C, and I thought, you know what, people will go into prison, so let's go over prison, spam A, keep having a look around and see if there's anyone around the area. And as you can see, there's no one around the area, so I get the fall in perfect there, and I actually decide, you know what, no one's around here, let's go over here. So bear in mind, I've dived a huge distance using this spamming A technique, and what it does, it keeps you in the air for longer and gives you the option to change your location if required. Now there I was actually just not focusing what was going on the screen, so I didn't manage to get my location, but you can see what I mean. I got in here and I did manage to get some good loot. I got a scar, I got a sniper, I got some decent loot for this sort of area where you wouldn't expect really to get much around here, which is really unique, and I think it's cool to get stuff like that just by doing a technique like that, where you can glide through the air at a slow pace, or however you want to glide through the air. You manage to do it, and you can get there using that spamming A technique. You can obviously use the one where you dive straight down. I have got a video on that, and honestly, if you want to get to the ground first, that is the best technique. But if you want to be accurate and get your pinpoint location perfect where no one is, it's better to stay in the air for longer, and you get that kind of like advantage over most players because you can pick your location on where you want to go. Again, that's what I think, and I do recommend trying it out for yourselves. It's very useful in a squad situation. If you say to your squad, we have a backup location. So for example, I was playing with squads yesterday and we were going to Pleasant Park, and I said to them, you know what, if Pleasant Park is busy, let's go over to Anarchy Acres by using the spam A technique. Because of the way the bus was coming in, we dived out, went to Pleasant Park. The bus wasn't going to Anarchy Acres either, and there was tons of people going to Pleasant Park, but because we had the height on them, we managed to get that height advantage and still have enough height to go over to Anarchy Acres when no one was, and we managed to loot the entire area. It's a second location plan technique. You could even have a third location if you wanted. It's quite difficult to do in a squad if no one knows exactly what to do. So if you need to tell people what to do, send them over to this video, tell them to watch it, and they'll get the idea on how exactly to glide through the air and get it perfect, because honestly, you need to get that glide perfect, because if you're not going to get that glide perfect, you are going to struggle to do it. So having that backup really does help, and it has won me a lot more games in squad. I don't like to be squad leader, but sometimes I have to be squad leader to tell people exactly on how to do these sort of things, and it does really come in handy when people are able to do this, because you can win a lot more games. I think I won 8 games yesterday just by using this technique, which is a lot of games, just because of having that reserve location. It's so helpful and it's so vital to be able to get to another spot as quick as possible. It is worth trying out for yourselves, and it honestly does really help out. Now, the next tip I have is actually one that can only be done in duos and squads. Obviously in solos you can't do this very well, and basically what it involves downing your teammate, and you can actually revive them through a wall. I think this is really cool. For example, if you've built a structure and you want to revive them through the wall, for example, you can see here, me and Commander Mace, we actually came second in this game. No, we almost won it, and bear in mind we were messing around recording footage for a clip. But yeah, what I mean by this, for example, I down Commander Mace here right now, and I can actually revive him through this wall. It doesn't have to have a door on or anything. You can see I close the door and ask him to come where the wall is. And for example, if you've built a base, or he's in an enemy base or something, and you can reach through the wall to revive him, and you think you've got a safe revive, go ahead, try it out, and you can revive someone through the wall. Just make sure you haven't got a stick rising controller, because that can be really annoying, and I know a lot of people out there may have a stick rising controller. If your controller's a little glitchy, your stick may rise and you may miss the revive. Also, keep reviving until 10 seconds. Don't let that revive cancel out. You have to keep that revive going after 10 seconds. I usually do it for about 11 just to make sure it does it, just because of the ping on the servers. Sometimes you release it bang on 10 and it doesn't revive, and you've wasted 10 seconds, next minute the enemy's right behind you and you're both dead. So make sure you get that revive in perfect. Now the next clip I want to show you guys is actually hidden in loot late. If you down in loot late, the chances of someone being able to kill you once you're down is very slim. You've got forever to bleed out, and you can stay here like this for ages. And as you can see, I'm hidden in the water. You can actually hide in the water when you're down. Really cool if you get down in Loot Lake, very useful. Just make sure your teammate's safe so you can get to him somewhere, and bear in mind you can't build in the water, so you want to kind of crawl out the lake if possible to a safe area. Here Commander Mace is just testing something, see if we could get spotted, but we didn't. And again, I'll show you this point of view from Commander Mace's point of view. As you can see here, a very easy technique, and honestly it is worth trying out if the situation occurs. Obviously if the situation isn't there, you don't really want to be trying this out because you're just going to be downing each other. But if the situation does appear, you can try this out, and as you can see from Commander Mace's point of view, it is quite good. You can't see the person at all. It's very easy to like be able to not be able to, like, once you've downed them, you won't really know where they they are. I've had this problem before. I've been fighting people, they down in the loot lake, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know where they are. They managed to get revived, and then they managed to kill me. It has happened to me once or twice, and it's happened the other way as well. So it is something to be noticeable of, and know that if you do down in the lake, don't worry about it, because they're probably not going to be able to kill you unless they've got explosives like grenade launchers. Other than that, they're going to have to spray and pray and hope to hit you, which can be kind of a nightmare. I believe I have actually hit a few people using a sniper before, which does really help out when you're in loot lake if you manage to snipe some people if they're in the water. It's very rare it's going to happen, but it can happen. Now, one of my final features for you guys, which I haven't got any footage of, unfortunately, is the use to actually be heard by footsteps. Now, many people know about footsteps, and near enough everyone will listen out for footsteps in this game, because it is the way of telling if an enemy is near you or not. Now, in squads, basically, when you crouch, you can still hear your teammates, but when you crouch on your own game, on your own point of view, you will not be able to hear your crouching footsteps. So that's something to be noticed of, or noticeable of, or whatever you want to call it. You got to know this, because it is very vital, and it has happened to me and caught me out a few times when my squad's like, I can hear someone, but really it's just me in crouch going around. You just got to know that when you're in crouch, the other people still can hear your footsteps. The only way no one can hear your footsteps is if you're completely stood still. So if you want to know if an enemy's nearby, get your squad to completely stand still, and then you'll be able to hear. It's something good for squad leaders, or if you're in solo or in duo, you have to be able to use this and have that technique up your sleeve if you want to know if enemies are nearby. I do it all the time, especially in solo and squads. I have my squad completely stand still in an in cover position, so no one knows they're there. If they stand completely still and I stand completely still, and there is no way of finding out we're there unless we're switching weapons. Make sure you got your weapon and choice in hand before you do it. Try to always have a weapon in your hand if you can, because you don't want to be switching around, because that does make quite a loud noise as well. But that's it for this tips and tricks video. Hopefully I'll bring another one out for you guys, some more cool secrets and stuff, maybe some better ones, or even better ones. You don't know, they may be different. Who knows what they're going to be like? They could be like chest locations. These secret things are really awesome, and I think this first one is going to be cool. If this video does quite well, I'll produce another one for you guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're interested in finding any other cool secrets for any future games as well. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and once again, if you haven't already, stick around for more content. And this is Postbox Pat, signing out.